In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 4 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
We're back!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for showing up to Spin Rack. Today we're going to talk about the trailer of the Justice League. Is it what you expected? Is it what you wanted? I think it is. Today, once again, we have a special guest star, our friend, Mr. West. If he agrees with us, naturally. If he doesn't, then he can step out.
Ooh, shade.
P-Money once again. And, as you know, the difficult D-Man.
Difficult.
So today, we want to sit down and seriously analyze this movie.
No, let's hear what you have to say. What do you have to say?
Yeah, you
about
lead
this?
off this time.
Let's see what you have to
Really
say
cutting
about
people
this.
up.
Sorry,
Oh.
I just want to hear what you have to say in this.
Yeah, lead
Because
off.
there's a lot of Batman in this trailer.
Oh,
so-
wow. And the suit is different, too.
All I can say is just one thing. A Batman movie, finally! Did everybody acknowledge there's only one man who runs the show? Why he's not in the center, I got no idea. You know? Superman, you're supposed to be dead. Stay 6 foot under. Okay? Cal, yo, you
Don't
ain't here.
spoil it for people who may not have seen the whatever.
Yo, if you
The
haven't
Doomsday-
seen it,
the
where
Doomsday
hell,
movie.
you shouldn't even be watching this show.
The
You should have
Doomsday
watched
movie.
this movie, okay? Let me tell you right
Everybody
now.
has heard about it. So,
Batman is off the hook here. He's getting his own team together. What's that famous show we used to watch as the kids?
Super Friends?
No, not Super Friends. You know, The Dirty Dozen. That's what it reminded me of.
Okay.
Batman going around, bringing his team
Okay,
together.
like I
Or
said,
his
yeah.
A-team.
Like I said, he
see
reminded me
that.
of Nick Fury running around the earth, getting these metahumans, as they refer to from Doomsday / Batman versus Superman, or
Can't
Superman
use
versus
mutant
Batman.
because that's trademarked already.
Really, metahumans? So they can't use mutants?
Nah,
it's
mutants, that's
it's a
Marvel's
generic.
thing.
But I know, but it's a generic term in the dictionary. So how do you copyright that? For
If you're using it for comic books, they got it.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta use it.
One thing I can say about
Well,
this.
wait, I'm not done
oh,
yet.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, sir.
Let me tell you, Wonder Woman came off well, not as great as she could have been. She was better in her own trailer. But she came out and Gal Gadot, I'm not going to knock you because I did it once, and once is enough. Okay? Aquaman, yeah, baby! You the man!
The
okay?
old man of the sea. Namor and the old man. Of the sea.
Flash, you had a good shot, but I don't know. That suit is messing me up, you know? And Cyborg, what the hell is that? You know?
That's supposed to be the.
After
mother
that,
box.
let's push it back to Batman, and that's a good show. I think this is going to be a bigger hit than what we saw last time.
Oh, it's
Bigger than
the
This has
Batman
all-
versus
the tone is
Superman?
better.
This has
There's more
all the
joking.
potential to
Well,
be just as bad, sir.
Oh, my
Zack
God.
Snyder is doing his hand again.
Okay.
I'm gonna give.
Well,
I'm sorry.
hold on,
Yeah, you're
You
right.
can't
You're
just
right.
jumping in just
You're
like
right.
that. You know
You're
what I'm
right.
trying to say?
You're right,
There's
sir.
a door there.
You're right.
Use it and get out, all right?
You're right, sir.
Get out. So, of course, I want to be, I'm going back to my normal self. Of course, I want to have our guest host say something about this.
Okay.
Positive.
Positives.
There's positives from this.
There were some
Oh, wow.
positives. There were some positives. Like I said,
me.
him being Nick Fury and running around and gathering the metahumans. The scene where take it from the comic book where Aquaman has him lifted up and challenges him. Probably some of the best Ben Affleck
I like Ben Affleck. He's good.
acting as a hero I've ever seen, because Lord knows I'm still in therapy from Daredevil. Taking that away, Gal Gadot, her Wonder Woman's cameo in the trailer was very interesting. How they gathered the team. The Flash wasn't what I was expecting. I think even in our pre discussion we were saying, which Flash is this? He doesn't look like Wally West, and with the WB giving us an image of what the Flash looked like, it's kind of hard to now
A far better Flash.
look at this guy and be like, okay, he's not Bart, he's not Wally. Which Flash is this? And he looks adolescent. He doesn't look like a full adult. So those were some of my problems with. Like I said, he's talking about something coming. He's got to get the team together. We'll see. I'm wondering, is it the now I have the Batman versus Superman Doomsday Super Edition where they show you other scenes, the additional 30 minutes. So that demon,
and
Super
it
Deluxe?
made it better.
Right, so, right, so, so
And it
that
made it better.
So that demon thing that
Oh,
he was.
no, it did not.
It made it better.
He
No,
said
it
it.
did not.
I didn't say. I'm
it
not
did
even
not.
saying
Sorry.
the word.
So I'm just
There was
wondering.
no
I'm
reason
wondering.
to
That's
see
another
this.
episode to sit down and go through that.
the scene where Luthor is playing with this demonish looking thing. Is that what we're identifying as what's coming? Because we are supposed to believe that it's Darkseid, but
It's not Darkseid.
But what was that thing that he was?
What's the character? Steppenwolf?
Steppenwolf?
Steppenwolf.
Well, that would be.
And then he after him.
I have nothing until I'm just waiting. I'll
So
give
I'll
my
say
2 cents in
this.
this.
It was a nice glimpse into the future, but right now, I think from our previous conversation, Wonder Woman has resurrected the WB brand.
As far as that trailer, yes.
As far as trailers goes.
And Batman.
there's-
And Suicide Squad.
And Batman.
And well, so again, Suicide Squad. I have to see the final production. Too many characters.
That's what they said about Civil War, baby, and they pulled it off. I think this one will do it too.
Well, like I said, DC currently doesn't have the track record that Marvel has. So let's see what happens with the Suicide Squad, and then we'll see who's writing it. Is the Suicide Squad people writing for?
I don't know for Justice League.
For Justice League?
I don't know, my dude. I have no clue.
So yeah, so consequently, we'll see how this translates.
From what I've heard, the early
Right now I'm 50-50.
Suicide Squad is gonna be huge.
I'll do
Huge
I'll do a two-face. I'll flip a coin to see whether or not I want to see this.
So, P-Money.
I
was a little gentle with him.
Oh,
but I can't be gentle with you because he's a guest. You know
we're
what
gonna
I'm
fight
saying?
over this one because I don't like Ben Affleck as Batman.
Woo.
It's never worked for me.
Whoa.
I've never liked that, and I don't like them. How long is this movie gonna be? Are we gonna spend an hour building the team? Or are we gonna spend 90 minutes building a team and then they fight in the end? I don't need I mean.
That's a good point.
On the toughest,
Not a good point at all.
No, that's a great point.
Well, the Avengers were like 2.5 hours, correct?
But this is DC. Like you don't have to do the Marvel template. You can do.
They're not doing
like
the Marvel template.
No,
correct.
they're doing a slower build where it's like, well, let's like you're saying.
No, well, they got
doing,
their teams together already. I mean, they only
No, I mean
took
he's
two
talking about
movies.
early on when it was doing like Iron Man, Thor, and then slowly bring them together. They don't have to do this with DC because you know who Superman is. Well, you should have known who Superman was.
Right, the big three. The big three, everyone knows.
You should know who they are.
Now,
and then
these other guys, you mean...
And they've already planted the seed with Flash, and so
it's
they're,
taking too long.
For Justice League?
Yeah, they
No,
could
it's not.
do.
It's a
They could
movie.
do
It's
the
one
way.
movie.
I'm saying there's like who knows how many years of Super Friends that are out there. So if you know at least the big three, as you say, introduce the other ones in like the first 30 minutes.
So who are the big three? Superman,
But
Batman,
you have the other
Aquaman.
ones. You got Aquaman being introduced, Cyborg being introduced, this new Flash being introduced.
I don't need.
Aquaman never gets full billing. Aquaman is
Yeah,
like
they
that,
already
also
know it
known
doesn't
as...
but in this one, he doesn't really need full billing. He could be the guy like Ant-Man or like Spider-Man come in and
But
steal
Aquaman
the
was
show.
in,
Or Black
like,
Panther. He could be the Black Panther character.
Aquaman
And
was
like,
in,
holy
what's his
smokes,
name?
did you see what he did? Because I have to say, from BVS,
What?
that scene with Aquaman under the deep, and you see the reflection in the
No,
eye.
the email.
I'm sorry,
You said,
that was
email
the hot
scene?
scene.
The
That was
email
hot
scene with
scene.
Wonder Woman like.
Scene here wasn't too
Oh my
bad.
God.
He has presence. Jason Momoa.
I'm
he's blow it
going
up,
to
bro.
No, that's too
reserve
much- that's too
my
much
opinion
Namor.
until
think
I go.
D-Man
much
said
Namor.
earlier.
Well, they don't have
Namor.
Namor. They
Go.
can use him if they want. They can use him. They can claim
I'm
Namor.
just saying
can't
that he
claim
can be
him.
one of those characters just like Black Panther and come in and steal the show. I mean, you didn't get a lot of Black Panther background. You didn't know who he was. I mean, you just got a father's death, revenge. That's it.
I don't
That's it.
want.
And
It's
Black Panther
taking too
came
long.
in
I don't
and
want to see an
crushed
hour.
it.
I don't want to see an hour build up. I don't want to see 90
agree.
minutes build up
I
and say
agree.
we have to work together, and then like you end up with a Fantastic Four movie.
Okay.
That's
As
what
long
I'm
as
saying.
Batman is in the center of that, running
no,
that show, bringing the
no.
crew together,
What?
it's okay.
Flash
Is
was
it going to
terrible.
be based on the Justice League War movie?
This is what it looks like it's being. This is what it looks like it's
What
being
was
based
that,
off the Justice League War. That's what it looks like
The
it's
car-
being.
the
Yeah,
cartoon.
the New 52 version. Here is my
So then where is
Green Lantern.
Lantern,
This
yeah.
is what they're talking about. So I mean,
That's
you
why
know
I
that
think
first
there
Green
gonna be
Lantern
there gonna
movie.
be another
That
character?
first Green
Oh, you mean-
Lantern movie didn't do too well for giving DC the idea that this is possible, their universe. So they're gonna have to remake this whole Green Lantern thing, right? Because that's really a bad taste in still people's mouths with Ryan Reynolds.
No,
but
but
Ryan
Ryan-
Reynolds redeemed himself with Deadpool. But as far as Green Lantern, a property for DC, they got tons of work to do. But here's my issue.
They picked the perfect Sinestro though.
Oh yeah, the perfect
Yeah.
Sinestro was great. It's
There you
Sinestro
go.
and even what you call it,
Kilowog.
Kilowog was great. What's his name? The late great Michael Clark Duncan.
Hey, I didn't think Ryan Reynolds was that bad. I just thought that
this
I
guy
thought the
sucked.
movie.
I'm sorry.
No, I thought
That
the
was
movie was
terrible.
bad. The
Ryan
movie
Reynolds
was bad.
was
Ryan
bad.
Rose was a terrible pick for
Oh,
Hal
I
Jordan.
totally disagree.
He was
Totally
terrible.
disagree.
Him and
Who
his.
This is a bad movie.
No, they
Who would
was
you
trying to
pick?
play him
Who-
like they were
It was
trying
a
to play
bad
him.
movie.
They were
Who
trying
would
to
you
play
have
him like
picked?
Top Gun, like he's the guy who's the smart alecky. That's not what you call it.
Hal
That's
Hal
in the
Jordan.
writing.
Yeah.
That's not Hal
He didn't
Jordan.
write the character.
Then that's
No,
not the
that's-
character.
that's
Then
not
if
the
the
character.
writing is bad, then that's not the character.
I'm saying they can-
actor
he
from
can-
how he was written and how
Yeah.
the script is put.
You think he can? You can think he can play a much more serious role?
Yeah.
Why
No,
not?
No.
son.
Why can't he play-
They
he's
tried
done
it.
it before.
You ever
Like
saw
Dan
Safe
Cook.
House? Doesn't
that-
work,
for that-
son.
for that
You see
reason
the one
why-
where he
Nothing
took the
wrong with
heart?
Safe House.
Doesn't work,
Nothing wrong
son.
with
You know why
Safe House.
Deadpool worked? Because if you got an
No,
actor
come
who
on.
this is
No,
he
that's-
doesn't have to play anything. He's doing it himself.
gosh.
That's why that
Work.
movie worked.
He has
It
movies
is.
where he's serious.
No,
and
they
work.
don't
What
work.
movie?
All right,
They
let's
don't
bring it
work.
back.
But anyway,
I don't think Cyborg should be in the Justice League movie. He's
I don't think
always
so
been-
either.
It's
They
the
need
I don't
a
think so
brother.
either.
They need a brother.
It's the
I don't think so either. I mean,
They-
you got
it's the
Sci-Fi
reboot.
or somebody's doing Teen Titan or Titans, and
Yeah.
you know they can't use Grayson. I don't even know what version of Titans they're gonna use,
Robin.
so they can't
Why?
use it. They can't use him,
They can't
and they
use
can't
Robin?
use Cyborg. Yeah,
Wait. How are you gonna have the Teen Titans without either Robin or Grayson?
Robin or Raisin?
Grab it.
Robin or Raisin? Oh, you mean Robin or Cyborg?
Let me take off my shirt.
Okay, I'm just
Nightwing,
saying
you mean Night-
this
Nightwing.
is
Yeah.
Nightwing.
this is the conundrum that DC has created for itself by determining or limiting uses of characters for particular studios. So it is what it is. So can I get my can I go now, sir? Can I go?
Yeah.
Did you turn it over to me? Did you?
Am I
is there
passing over
anything,
you?
Hold on. Is there anything else, sir?
Anything else?
pass the
I'd
mic.
actually like to talk a little bit about the Flash again.
That Flash, he's trying to
I
be
don't-
Quicksilver.
He's trying to be annoying. That's my problem. He's a little too
Quicksilver.
annoying and too young. I don't know, and this is not going to work for the character.
I think
So,
people are going to see
no.
that retread as Quicksilver in the Marvel character.
No, because Quicksilver it had at least a personality. This is just
You may be
being.
right about
Which
that
Quicksilver?
What?
You may be right about that
Wow.
Quicksilver.
Which
Flash.
Quicksilver?
Did you say he was trying to be
The X-Men
Quicksilver?
No, I didn't say that.
Quicksilver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quicksilver, and this is the Flash. You're right,
Wait,
sir.
how so?
Yeah. And this
How?
Flash. What you call it? Technology. He's in the basement. Or does it look like a little room for a teenager?
Quicksilver? What does that
Quicksilver.
do?
Well, that's what Quicksilver was in X-Men, right? He had his little technology.
Oh, you
or,
talking about the X-Men? I thought you were
yeah.
talking about
But he was
Avengers.
a
No.
Oh,
He was a
okay.
thief.
Oh, I didn't get
Doesn't
it.
matter.
He was a thief.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
It's
a
too
little
similar.
bit.
But
That's-
anyway,
that's
can
really-
can I go now, sir?
No, you can't go.
Okay.
No, you can't.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Here's my problems with this thing, and Zack Snyder again at the helm. Oh gosh, what we gonna get? We're gonna get some divisive stuff, and number one divisiveness is Flash, but number two on my point is what you call it? Bruce
Batman?
Wayne. Yeah, this ain't Bruce Wayne. This is not Bruce Wayne. This guy is all nicey and playing a house with Wonder Woman. Oh, what you call it? He's either more or less, a little more or less. They have these quips. I'm like, who
They
is
need
this
some
guy?
jokes now.
I was like,
They need
I'm
some
like,
humor.
I mean, Bruce Wayne is
They
joking
need some
now.
humor.
No.
How was
They
that?
need
What?
some humor in
He's,
now.
no,
Yo.
true. He's supposed to be the Dark Knight.
He's supposed to
There
be
you go.
brooding.
Well, I'll say this: in Batman versus
I don't know
Superman,
who this guy was.
it was never sunny in
Thank
Gotham
you.
City.
I was like,
And I didn't know there were sister cities to one another. And it was just like a hop, skip, and a jump.
hey,
like
he
that.
he says, Flash. Oh, we need somebody. I'll join in. And he smiles. You will? Yeah. I don't have any friends. I'm like, Batman is the person that's supposed to have no friends. Who are you, man? Who are you? I don't know who you are. This is crazy. Who are
No,
you?
they
Man,
realize
I'm
that
looking
they
at this,
need some
I'm looking
humor
at
in
this
the
trailer,
thing,
and
so they don't care about
it
the
looks.
character.
It looks like they're
They don't
taking
care,
a
they
piece
just
of
like
the
adding
Justice
it in.
League from the cartoon where Flash was the guy who was shooting off with the quips.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Oh, no.
but this is not even. Yo,
not 52.
Mr. West said the same. This is not Barry Allen. This is not Wally West.
Yeah.
Who is this Flash?
Yeah.
I don't know who this character is. He's a loner. He's in the
Well-
basement. He has technology. I'm like, is he Batman or not? Oh, he's not Batman. But is he what you call a forensics guy? He's not forensics. He's a scientist guy. I don't know. Who is this guy?
Right, but I think
this picture of Flash that they painted, I have no clue who
But
this
the
guy
problem
is.
is that we've seen
None.
the Flash on CW, and I think that's
As I
that's-
said
that-
about
again, but if
why
you're gonna- if
they
they're gonna-
painted themselves in a
And
corner
you're right on
with
that.
using their prop. Look, I'm telling you, if you already have Flash on the television show, why bring him into the Justice League?
But
You
he's
got
the founding
other
member.
characters
But
you
he's
can
the
use.
But he's the one
Oh,
of the
you
founding
know,
members.
he's
You
one
could
of the
have
characters
had
he
Green
can
Lantern,
use,
you
but
could
you
have-
could bring somebody else. You can bring in somebody else. You don't need the Flash if you're gonna, especially if you got Cyborg. Superman, thing there, Batman,
Aquaman.
Wonder Woman.
you
You
don't
can
need
bring
to-
somebody else. Do you really need the Flash in this one? Do you really need the Flash? Come on,
Well,
you got
I mean,
Aquaman.
They brought
You got
him, they
Aquaman.
brought him in and
You could use Martian Manhunter.
and
You could've
Batman
done Martian
versus-
Manhunter.
and BVS.
Martian
Batman versus
Manhunter
Superman.
is a founding member.
I agree with you. I mean, I recently saw the cartoon where he meets him in the cartoon. What is it? The Batman, that particular series where Martian Manhunter introduces himself as a detective on a particular case, and then shows him, well, every once in a while you need some help, and they go to the
You know what they could have
the
done?
lab.
They could have gave me the Justice League from the 90s if they're gonna throw humor, and they could have gave me a whole new lineup, and they could have done that. I mean, if you're gonna give me Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and then you're gonna give me Aquaman, then you can give me Captain Atom. You can give me somebody else. I mean, you
But
got
you can't use Captain Atom because he's on the
TV show.
WB.
Is he? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he is.
Yeah.
Sir, this is the corner that they paint
how
themselves.
you watch?
Because I don't watch WB. WB is so whack to me. I'm telling. I've
Don't
already
get
watched
him-
it.
don't get him started.
I
on
know,
this.
yo, yo.
How
Anyway,
you been
because of the
around
success-
and you don't watch?
And thank
Nah,
you. But
sorry.
But because
Not
of
gonna
that,
get
that's the
me.
basis of the success. That's why they did the movie, because the TV show.
Is it
was
really?
like, yeah, those are some-
Supergirl is successful.
Supergirl.
No.
Okay, we're gonna
No,
move on.
that's
Isn't
not-
that the show? Isn't that the boy
No,
Captain
I
Power?
told you from the beginning. Supergirl should
And
not
they
have been on
got
CBS.
Superman.
She
She
should
should haven't been on CBS.
And they got lean Superman from the
Whoa,
80s.
no,
they
that's
got lean.
no,
They
that's
got
not-
lean. They
no,
got
that
lean
ain't lean Superman from the 80s.
And remember, they
That's
said they weren't going
that's
to
some
use a
British
Superman. They
Superman.
said they were going to use a Superman in the show, but because the ratings for Supergirl is so bad, they got to try and draw in. And I'm like,
Well,
this is
that
what they got to
is-
do.
no,
But
that
anyway,
was
let's
bad.
go back
That
to
was
Justice League.
bad.
I just threw
Yo,
that
Yo,
out
you
there.
already blew your
I just threw that out
You
there.
blew your
No, no,
chance.
no, no.
You
It
blew
should
a
not
chance,
have been-
everybody.
It should not have been on CBS. It was on Monday night.
And
You
it'll
have
be on
to-
Monday night on WB.
And you
and
watch this
so,
thing.
so Monday night during the fall is football. I don't care where the planet you live. You watch Monday night football. If
Not
you're
the audience
lucky,
going after.
right? If you're lucky enough to have a regular series or show that has a hit, But so 7 million clearly can't be enough for them on that show. But like you said, on the WB, 7 million is.
I ran through the metadata for these guys when
Oh,
we were
God,
texting.
come
Yeah,
on.
and that show was dropping while Gotham was steady.
But that's
Supergirl
not
was
that's
dropping anyway.
not
And
a
then-
good example.
but-
at all.
no.
Gotham is nice. It's dark.
It's a steady.
They throw a lot of money at those shows. Nothing
What I'm
like
saying
that.
is Gotham has a steady audience. Supergirl's audience said, listen, said, hey, and was going. But anyway,
with the
get
Flash
back to
crossover, how well did it do with the Flash crossover?
I don't know
It did
because
well.
I didn't watch it.
But what about the metadata?
How are you?
I wasn't. I don't care about the
Yeah,
metadata. I
selective
don't care about the
metadata
WB.
usage.
I was just trying to prove
you
how
made
bad
a point,
I was trying
and
to
then
how bad
your whole
Supergirl
point
was.
is gone.
No, it's not because Supergirl didn't. It didn't.
You said
it
you
didn't
looked at the
contest.
metadata.
That's why WB took it back because they're like, CBS doesn't want it anymore. Because if they wanted it, they would have renewed it. But anyway, moving on. Justice League, as I was talking about, I don't recognize any
Batman.
of these
Yeah, I don't
characters.
recognize Batman.
Aquaman. Look, one of the things that Marvel has done, regardless of the actor, all right. Not even regardless of the actor, because of the actor, they try and find characters or actors that kind of fits the mold of the characters in the comic books. They're not deviating so far off where,
Yes, Robert Downey Jr. was the perfect Iron Man. He was an alcoholic. He was. He was.
his
Well,
life.
no.
I mean, they tried to use, they tried to use his,
They
that.
didn't-
His bad
that's
past.
not-
Yes,
that's
it's
not-
bad. But originally
that's not-
they were going to try to get Tom Cruise. Actually, that would have been my fault choice. Tom Cruise as Tony Stark, that would have worked for me.
Nah.
What
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying
not a-
is, look,
it's
there's
an
plenty
easy
of
out.
actors that come
Iron
through.
Man.
I mean, look, what's his name? Rodriguez was supposed to be playing. What's his name? What's her name for the Thor Ragnarok? The Valkyrie. But she didn't. I don't know what happened. They couldn't.
That's like the guy from Supernatural was supposed to be Hawkeye. I'm glad that didn't happen. I kind of
But what I'm saying is they don't deviate too far off
from the character.
from the character. If is there an actor who has blonde hair that they can use? I mean, they use him. I mean, even Spider-Man wasn't too far off with the Tom
that's
Holland,
far off.
right? I
That's
mean,
very far off.
not really. I mean, his
I
hair
like
is kind
Tom
of
Holland.
sandy.
No,
His hair is kind
you
of
like-
sandy. I mean, it almost kind of reminded me of.
with the British accent, with who played with.
No, I'm talking about the artist. I'm talking the artist.
Don't
who
say
drew,
Romita.
Yeah,
He
kind of
doesn't
reminded
look
me.
like Romita.
Kind of a
No.
little bit. I mean,
No,
Romita
Romita
drew
Jr.
Spider-Man a little
No.
more mature looking,
No.
but the way Romita kind of prettied up Spider-Man. Not even kind of. He prettied up Spider-Man up compared to Ditko, right? Ditko's Spider-Man was more frail, and I thought the British dude had more of the Ditko skinny. And when I saw Tom Holland, he was more the kid, and he's thin and he's small, and I was like, yeah, that's Spider-Man as well.
No,
but
that's more like the Ultimate Spider-Man. If you look at those first issues, it was very small, like the way
Spider-Man
big
is a short guy.
He's a
Spider-Man
kid.
is short.
Yeah, well, he's a kid.
He's a
still
kid.
relevant.
He's a short
No,
guy,
this
and
one-
he's thin. Ditko drew him thin and
Yeah.
short. I mean, that's how he is. You know, Flash Thompson is here. Spider-Man is here.
No, if you look
What?
they had him boxing in one of the Dick He
Dude,
wasn't
then
that short.
because no,
Look
yes,
at
he
this,
is
where
short. Just
he-
because he's bending and moving doesn't
No,
mean.
in the first issue, but as
Dude, him and Betty Brant are like this. Peter Parker and Betty Brant are doing this, dude. Are you
Look
kidding
at
me?
the one where they're boxing.
Dude,
Look at the one
bro,
they're
I had
boxing.
the whole
Gentlemen,
pocket
we
issues.
digress,
Anyway,
we digress.
yes. Anyway, Marvel doesn't cast too far off from their mold of what the characters look like. I mean, given that they'll color what's her name's hair, Scarlett Johansson, but for the most part, they're trying to cast the character. Flash, you know, he's a brunette. Aquaman, we got another brunette. I mean, I'm like, who are these guys, man?
Well,
I'm
dude,
like,
you
who
know,
are these
I
guys?
think it's a little different because you have one dude in Marvel who's basically overseeing all the movies. You know, Kevin Feige.
My thing
They
is,
don't have
even
the-
if
they
you
don't
ca-
have the- they don't have
my
the
thing
same
is,
thing.
even if you cast that actor, come on, give us the
I know,
blonde
but I'm
hair.
saying they're not
Okay,
looking
so
at
the
it.
hair.
so
They're
DC's
not
problem
looking at
then,
it.
so DC's problem then is they're not thinking in the same cinematic way that Marvel is doing.
Right.
They're
Marvel
not-
is
they're
trying
not-
to
right.
adapt the comics, right?
Well, right. They're not only adaptations of the comics, but they have a specific plan ahead. DC is just like, okay, Marvel's being successful. Who can we throw out?
Who's good that we can throw out? Who would
Yeah.
probably draw? Like we know the Aquaman.
I mean, I
character's
don't think
gonna
they
draw.
allowed
We know
Zack
Ben
Snyder to
Affleck's
have
gonna
too much of
draw.
a strong reign to casting these
Well,
characters,
they
man.
pulled him back now.
And
you know?
how
I
is
don't
that
know
not
about that.
working?
No, yeah,
Now
yeah.
you're saying that
They
he
have-
doesn't have a strong hand,
Who?
and these guys are nothing like. Are you saying Zack Snyder doesn't
Zack
have a
Snyder.
strong hand?
Yeah, he's the one who casted Aquaman. He's the one who casted Ben Affleck for Batman. He's the one who cast
So, yeah.
Gal Gadot for Wonder Woman. I mean,
that's
she's
that's
she's
the only one he's sold on.
No. She's proven herself. I mean, if you looked at her and when I first heard about it, I didn't know who she was. You guys were telling me about Fast and the Furious. When I saw it, I was like, she is kind of thin, but if she can act it out, I mean, you know, the bustier, it doesn't
Wait a second,
matter.
you're saying that you were iffy on it too?
No,
right?
I wasn't saying I was iffy. I was just
sounded
like,
like you were just iffy.
Yeah,
You
if
sound like
you-
you're
now-
iffy.
now who's doing the
cha-cha?
You need to apologize.
I never said it before. I never said it
He needs
before.
to apologize. He needs to apologize.
Doing the cha-cha. You cha-cha, America. You cha-cha now.
What have I created here? These guys are now. What is this?
Gentlemen, so
Anyway,
Reverse.
My point.
No.
My point.
did you like the movie? Did you like it?
The trailer.
The trailer,
It
yeah.
had. I got worried.
I need
Oh man,
more.
I
I
got
need
plenty.
more.
I
I
got
need
plenty.
more.
I got plenty worries from this thing
P-Money,
because of
I'm not with
BBS.
it. I'm not with it.
Yo, it seems to. Here's my other thing. My last thing about the trailer. It seems this movie reminds me of Batman 2 with what you call it with
Dark Knight?
Burton. No, Burton, not Dark Knight. Tim Burton. It didn't
Batman
feel like
Returns.
where Marvel tries to place these their heroes within the real world context, right? They submerge and you feel like they're part of the world. Justice League and their characters do not feel like they're in the world. Even though their cities are made up, it doesn't feel like they're in a real world. It still feels Hollywoodish. It still feels like they're like a step beyond the world that we recognize.
And the reason for that is because there are no real world cities. Where's Starling City?
No, you doesn't have.
No. Honestly, we can always say that the Avengers are in New York. West Coast Avengers in. There are specific cities.
I'm going to challenge that.
Why?
Dark Knight 2, Gotham City. Did it feel like a made-up city, or did it feel like a real world?
Well, okay.
because he shot that movie. He took place in Chicago, New York, I think Toronto. He used some scenery from Toronto as
Right.
well.
So when the bridge blows up, you think yes, he's in New York City, and that was either the Manhattan or the Brooklyn
No,
Bridge.
you
that
just
blew
see
up.
a real bridge. What I'm saying is it is not placed outside of the context of the real world. Unlike the first Batman Begins, you know, you had the Narrows. You can feel that it felt studio-ish. It didn't feel like it was a real world.
Well, you got the Chicago thing because there was an L. So you know there was an elevated train somewhere and blah 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 blah. So
Right. But I'm just talking about when he did the second movie, Dark Knight, you felt like it was immersed in a real city. Gotham became a real city. It didn't feel a step beyond. Right. This feels manufactured. Unlike what you see from Marvel, it doesn't matter if they're in New York. It doesn't matter if they're in Queens because they're not shooting really in New York. But they're not taking you out of the real world context.
But my point in saying that
and the other one, the Skarkovia or whatever that made-up land is.
My point in mentioning the fact is the cities that they shoot in or in Marvel Universe actually exist, and the cities have their own character. I don't know where Starling is. You can't even approximate Starling. Gotham could either be, as you said, Chicago or New York, or sometimes even here, Gotham could be related to Baltimore. So where is Gotham?
Well,
Doesn't matter. It's
It
about
does- no, it does,
No,
it
it
does.
doesn't, because it's what you ground the world in, and that's why I'm saying Dark Knight did that. Gotham became a real world. It became a city that we recognize. It's like it didn't feel strange. It didn't feel off-world. It didn't feel Hollywood or manufactured, which was a perfect world. It felt like a real city, and this is what these movies are not doing. Just like BVS. So I mean,
Okay,
BVS
gentlemen, we got to wrap it up. I know we understand that. I just said we're
cut me
difficult
off with my genius.
Went too
Yo,
far.
cut
Went
my
to
God,
Supergirl.
son. Cut
You
my
went
God,
to
son.
Supergirl. How much stuff you gonna add into this?
Oh, I can
review?
throw tons
Just
on.
throw
I can throw tons on this
the
stuff,
baby
man.
with the bathwater. Look,
Tons.
the question again I'm going to ask. Did you like this trailer?
I need more.
How in the world could you not like
I'm
this
gonna go with
trailer?
Pini on this
more.
You know
one.
what I'm trying to say?
I
I'm
need
gonna go
more.
with
So you know what? Spin the rack out.
I need
Once
more.
again, we
I need
agree.
more.
Oh,
This
oh,
is
yo,
the-
how you shaking
this
it
is
up?
the best
Oh.
one here, and let's go through.
Both.
Thank you for showing up, Mr. West. Thanks for coming back again. Let me see you again.
Yo, if you don't agree with us, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not, man.
Later.
Nah.